Hi guys, it's Ethnicgreenliving, and today we are about to do a little bit of harvesting. So I've got my bug water, my basket, and my scissors. Let's get picking. We're starting off with my peppers because they're just so beautiful. I'm always talking about my peppers, right? But there are just so many peppers there, and I'm so excited about them. These particular ones I'm going to wash and chop or cut and freeze them. That way I can have them later on and not have to buy them. So each time I harvest something, there'll be different plans with it. But for this harvest, the plan was to freeze everything. And I had enough pickles here that I could also can some. And I had a few more produce things here that a friend has shared that I got from the farmer's market. So yeah, I'm super excited about this right now. I have a funny story to share with you. So beside my tomatoes, I actually have some basil. And I think I may have a flower over there. So I told one of my boys to go and pick some basil. And I think he went and cut my flower. And I only mention that because right here where I just was, I had a flower. And here's Pumpkin helping me because she loves helping Mama. And now I'm just showing you guys the eggplants, guys. These things are so beautiful. Now look, something has taken a little nibble, but I've got a couple of nice ones growing, and I'm super excited about it. It's so beautiful to see that purple in my garden. And here is where we got probably our biggest abundance today, and that was in this kale bed. I probably cut about half of it. It's gonna grow back, so that's perfectly fine. And the purpose of this kale today was to wash and to cut and to make a meal. So what we're actually doing is collecting the bugs and putting them into a jar. I know some people will have something to say about that, but to me that's better than me spraying all these harsh chemicals and things onto our gardens. We want to keep it organic, and so that's the goal of it. And so we're doing the best we have with what we have. And at the end, when I was all done picking, we did go ahead and spray this with a little bit of neem oil, but I don't have any more neem oil, so yeah. My kids really like kale chips. So I think I'm gonna make some kale chips with our next harvest of kale. Do me a favor, guys. Leave in the comments your favorite recipe for kale. I'd love to know how you use your kale. Now the last batch that we picked from here, we actually froze and we used that for the smoothies. So like I said, this batch I'm gonna cook. I wanna know your recipes. So here we are now over at the tomatoes. I love garden fresh tomatoes, and I'm just showing you how many tomatoes there are and how beautiful they are. Oh man, this is like honey to my eyes. I mean, there's all kinds. There's like little cherry ones. There's huge ones. Oh, look at that one. Oh my goodness. I cannot express how excited I am about these tomatoes or how good it tastes. They are so delicious. And I'm just showing you the tiniest of tiny and the large ones. This bed makes me happy. So right when I finish this, and actually you can kind of get a little sneak peek, my husband's over there staking these because some of these had fell over and I never got to fully finish tying them all. So he's been tying them, and look, there's a red one. So just picking the tomatoes and admiring them. I think next time I'm gonna do a whole section of just cherry tomatoes. I did plant about 7 cherry tomato little things, seedlings, but they didn't come. Actually, I planted the seeds and they didn't come though. So I'm kind of not as happy about that. Oh, here's my son picking some tomatoes. But next year I'm going to be very intentional on maybe doing double to ensure that I do get enough of those little tomatoes, because there's about 3 of us who really feel like they taste like candy. Tell me, what are your favorite type of tomatoes? Do you like the beefsteak? Do you like the cherry? What's your favorite? We actually have more kale over here on this side, and so we're going ahead and picking a little bit more of that as well, so that we can have that in our basket when we go inside. So the kids want to help, and you know what? As much as possible, I let them help, because these are memories that they're forming that they will remember for a lifetime. They'll remember picking outside with mama and being able to help mama. And I feel like the more you tell a child no when they're younger, then when they're older, they won't even ask, you know, if you need help or can you help, because they already know you're going to say no. So as much as possible, I try to let them help with everything, and as much as possible, I try to take everything they give me. Even if I have some, I used to say, oh no, I have my own. And now I just take it and I just try to be really thankful and try to make a big deal of them offering it to me, because you have to think they don't have much. So whatever they give you is their everything. Now we're into the cucumber bed. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm just cutting a few cucumbers. There was one that was hidden and I just didn't see it. So it got super huge. And that's okay, but we have so many blooms, so many that are on the way, so many that'll be ready soon. So we were just digging and taking a little search to see what else we can find. When you can your cucumbers, do you make the dill pickles, the sweet pickles? Do you make relish? What do you do with yours? Is there another way? Is there something else that I don't know about, that I should know about it? If so, comment and let me know, because I'd love to try new things. I can't wait to try this chow chow that I keep hearing so much about, and I actually have a recipe for it. So I've been thinking about making it for myself. And now we get to the okra. Guys, those of you who've been following me ever since I began, look at them. And look how beautiful the okra looks. Oh my goodness, that looks like a flower. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it definitely brings a level of beauty to the garden. I'm trying to show you guys all the blooms and things on here. It is gorgeous. Oh man. So I'm super excited. There are 3 in this bed, and then there are 4 in the other bed, and I cannot wait until the okra comes. And my son was just set on picking that corn, so we picked it. Now let's be clear, he didn't move because of me. He moved because what you can't see is there's a spider on the corn, and so he was like, ah! And he was trying to figure out if there was going to be more spiders over there. Oh, it's so funny. So here we are, just showing you our corn. I am looking for beans to see which ones are growing, and then we're off to the next bed to see what's growing over there. And where do we land? At the cabbage patch. You guys know I was really worried about this area because the bugs were starting to really get to them. And I did spray with some neem oil, and I just prayed, and I just keep watering it. And you can see there's a lot of I know I've said it over and over and over again, but I actually have a Canon camera that I got to do all my videos with, but guys, I'm not that techie. So I'm trying to learn it and adjust to it and stuff, so just continue to give me time and be gracious and loving to me and with me. But yeah, I have them on either side, and whatever I had planning on this right corner is gone. So, and then what I had planned on the back corner, you can see is kind of dead. So that's okay. So I'm gonna plant something else there. If I thought that they would be done in enough time, I'd actually plant some more sunflowers. Speaking of flowers, they're taking over. Look guys, I think it's called sweet pea or something like that. I planted that and I had no idea what I was really getting into. You can see they are just everywhere.
These are mom's clothes. All the bugs can't take over the garden. You see here, we have some old clothes, and we have some chicken. And we have a compost. We have some zebra and 2 gardens. And we have...
If you're careful, you'll see my son give me a flower. And so, of course, there's only one response: to smell it and to smile. Because I am so grateful. And then we have some sunflowers here. And you can see the sunflowers are really tall. They are really beautiful. And you can see these particular sunflowers are actually taller than me. They're a lot taller than me, about 2 feet taller than me. And I'm almost 6 feet. Hindsight. Instead of, now I did this to shade the Brussels sprouts, because the Brussels sprouts were starting to get like eaten by the not the worms, but like eaten, well, maybe worms. They were starting to have a little bit of bug damage, so I did spray them with neem oil. And the sun was kind of getting to them, and these are more kind of cooler shade plants. So what I did was I went ahead and planted the sunflowers to kind of give them some shade. And look at all the bees and pollinators and things that it has attracted. These are baby bees. So I am super, super excited that the pollinators are finally here. And so I have 4 in this particular bed, and like, look, see, they look so much better. But what I was gonna say was, I think aesthetically, from the way it looks from the outside, what I would do next time is put 2 sunflowers on my right bed and then 2 sunflowers on my left bed, because when they grow so tall, it looks like an archway, and that is absolutely gorgeous. Guys, I have so many dreams, so many plans, so many visions for this space, and I cannot wait until I have the funds, the resources to bring them all into existence. But until then, I am going to keep speaking it, believing it, waiting patiently for it. So we're just taking everything over to the other side, and I'm going to just kind of start showing you around. I did speed this up a little bit because I don't want to make this video too long, but we do have a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, it was a lot longer for us out there in the hot than it was showing you. But I'm showing you on most of these tomatoes, they all have something. And on all of these peppers that you're seeing me point to, they have something. So I am super excited. We are still tackling weeds. We had rain a couple days, so we didn't get as many of the weeds as we planned. But you know what? That's okay too. I had to tell myself, because I probably have issues with not getting things done, that it's okay. I'm doing a lot, and I give myself permission to not do all the things. I'm a wife, I'm a mommy of 5, I have a garden, I have animals, I have indoor flowers, I homeschool my children, I cook a lot from scratch. It's a lot. It really is a lot. And so I can't be in everything. I can't do everything. And I have to just learn to say no. And that's what I've been doing. Does it suck sometimes? Let's be honest. Yes. I want to be a part of what everybody else is a part, and I want to do what everybody else is doing. But the reality is I don't have the time for that. And if I make the time for that, then something else is going to be lacking. The stuff will be in the garden longer. So then it may not be at the rate I want to eat it, you know, the size. The garden won't be tended to. We tend to this garden every single day, and so whatever weeds you see now, you'd see so many more. I will say a lot of the weeds is my fault, and you got to be gracious with me. Even though this is like my 5th or 6th year gardening, I used to garden on a balcony. I had a balcony garden, so I had 6 raised beds literally on my balcony. So I didn't have to worry about that grass coming up and growing because I didn't have grass. I just had the 6 raised beds on my deck, and then I had, well, balcony, and then I had, you know, a few pots, and I've shared a tour of that on here, so I'll try to link that below. But if not, you can just go through my garden playlist and you'll see what I started with. So I had some beautiful things before, but this is a whole different spectrum. And so what I did was, when I was picking the weeds from the garden, I threw it into the walkway, thinking that because the mulch was there, it was just kind of decompose and be about its business. No, I had no idea the weeds were gonna grow. And so when we had a couple days of rain, that's what happened. So anyway, you can see these cantaloupes and these watermelons just really doing their thing and binding. You can see the flowers. I'm super excited about that. And of course, while I'm here showing you, I might as well pick a few weeds that are in my way. So that's just what I'm doing, picking a few weeds, and then we're on to the next bed. So I'm just super excited. This is probably my weediest area, so hopefully I'll make some time this week to do that. So I am super excited, and I'm just showing you a few of the zinnias and the okra. And I am cutting a squash. What is pumpkin doing, just laying on me? I was like, girl, I'm hot and sweaty and you're laying all on me. Look, and there's a bug trying to eat me. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm super excited about all these squash that are gonna come though. I want to do some really great things. And then in the next row right beside it, I've got a zucchini. So we love making zucchini bread, zucchini chocolate chip bread. So that is what's on my radar for using that. I do have a few beans here, so I'm just going ahead to cut those as well because I can see them. They're at a good size. It's a great place to pick them. And this is kind of getting towards the end of the tour for the week, to the end of the harvest with me, just kind of all wrapped up into one. Have I expressed how grateful I am that you guys watch my videos? I shared in a couple of groups, and and one video gave me over 200 views, and I was just almost in tears. You guys are amazing. I am so forever grateful for you. I'm showing you these ground cherries because they're not really something that typically does well in my area, and they're here and they're about to see. Like, listen, this is so good. I had to sit down and show you this. And I don't know if you can really see it with all the shadows and stuff, just how beautiful they are. I'll see if I can insert a picture, but they are absolutely gorgeous, and they'll be ready to eat soon, and I'll know they're ready when they drop to the ground. But I always say you can do a lot with a little, and I hope my videos just inspire you to just start. It doesn't matter what you don't have. It doesn't matter if you don't know the stuff. You'll learn the stuff as you go. People will give you stuff. You'll find clearance if you don't have it. We literally started this with just like a little hand shovel, and that's it, with just the basics of the basics. But with that lot, we're doing a little, and we're making it work, and we're going to continue to improve and get better. So thank you guys so much for following this journey, for loving us. We really appreciate it. We are here every Thursday with these tours, so see you at the next one. Bye. Blessings.